no one I'd rather see close to me. That's all I need. If I could stay here, then I will stay here forever. If you're meant to, then let's be our best together.
Good afternoon, Professor Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon. So you hear me clearly? Good?
Yes,
Good?
perfect for my side.
Okay, good. So I think maybe let's confirm the format. You will introduce me at first, right? Something
Yes,
like that,
yes.
and then you
I briefly
will.
introduce you that you're from the.
I think you turn off your microphone. Yes.
I think the host maybe turn me off as well. So
I
I'll
see.
briefly introduce you, and basically I have three main topics to ask you.
Okay, sure.
Let me walk through it. I think that the one that they sent that got sent you before. So the first question will be about the SRI professional pathway, and then you have we have around 10 minutes covering this topic. So then I move to the experience from Taiwan, which we'd like you to share your experience, and the last one we like to talk about the accredited practitioners or AP and what was happening in Taiwan, and then we have around 15 minutes to call for the question from the floor.
Sure. Okay.
And I guess I have to wrap up in Thai a little bit. So in each,
no problem.
In each question, I might spend around 3 minutes to say in Thailand, in Thai language.
Sure.
Okay. I think got you here, got you ใช่ไหมครับ got เป็น host เนาะ
Yes, I be host.
ครับก็ให้อาจารย์ kick off เลยใช่ไหมหรือว่าจะมีคน introduce ก่อน
ประมาณเดี๋ยวเราจะเริ่มเซสชันประมาณ 4 โมงนะครับผมระหว่างนี้ก็รอทุกท่านนะครับเข้ามาร่วมกันฟังในเซสชันนี้นะครับผม
คือ 4 โมงอาจารย์เริ่มเลยใช่ไหมครับ
ครับเดี๋ยวจะมีทางของคุณโบสกุลทิพย์ครับเข้ามาพูดคุยกล่าวแนะนำครับผมก่อนเริ่มต้นเนาะโอเคตอนนี้คุณโบกำลังจะเข้ามาแล้วครับระหว่างนี้เดี๋ยวเรารอคนเข้ามาอีกนิดนึงนะครับผมจะได้มีคนเข้าร่วมกันอย่างล้นหลามแล้วก็มีการเก็บประเด็นที่ครบถ้วนนะครับ
ครับ Okay, so Professor Mark, so I guess Kunbo will kick off for us, and then I will be the person who asks you 3 main questions, and then you have roughly around 10 minutes for each.
Okay, sure. Sure.
There's no place I'd rather be than here with you. That's all I need. There's no one I'd rather see close to me. That's all I need. If I could stay here, then I will stay here forever. If you're meant to, then let's be our best together.
Cay đắng của tình yêu ngày xưa tôi cùng nhau đèn xinh như hoa như đôi tình giờ đây tôi tìm em chưa đâu ngày xưa đã khuya rồi mất rồi chẳng phải là một người bỏ vai.
อันมิวอยู่ค่ะโอเคค่ะสวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ Professor Mark สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์ไพรัตน์ค่ะแล้วก็สวัสดีนะคะ
hello.
ผู้เข้าร่วมทุกท่านนะคะ Welcome everyone to very live session today. Thank you so much for your joining in this session. As you have been seen in the clip that we are Social Value International. We are the global network focusing on social impact and social value. And we have like 45, more than 45 members from 45 countries. And we share the same goal to change the way the world accounting for the values. And that's the purpose that we are call for the actions and call for and invite everyone to join our practitioner community and join our talks today. It's my honor to host the event, Social Value Matter on this year. One of our focus is to support the communities of practitioners of social impact and SRI practitioners to exchange the knowledge and sharing, and as well as the equip them to be able to run the social impact assessment to drive the way we accounting for the value. And this year we gonna hold the event on October 20th and 21st October in the theme of leading our transition to a sustainable world, right? So this is the first EP that we're gonna groom everyone to be more understanding on what social impact assessment, why it's so important, and how our communities in 45 members country have been done so far about SIA and SRI implementations. So this is going to be a real practice sharing, and it's very honest to me that we have Professor Mark to be key speakers on the first EP, right? Thank you so much for joining us. Professor Mark is a professor of business. Allow me to a little bit introduce a key speaker before I hand on to Dr. Pairat to be key leading on the session today. He also not just only professor, but he also driving the entrepreneur group in Taiwan, youth power to join for the social change. He is the director of Youth Social Business Centers at National Central Universities. And he also be the leading of Social Value Taiwan as a joint member network. He put a lot of effort to build up the community in Taiwan to promote the implementation, not only in Taiwan, but also in Asia. He support us in Thailand and also in Asia to join together. And in this session, I would like to congratulate to him as well, because he just passed, being certified level 3 of advanced practitioner of social value and social return on investment that have been accredited by Social Value International. As we know, that he the first person in Taiwan, right? And we're looking forward the first person in Thailand too, Ajahn Pairat. Okay, in this session, we are honored to have Dr. Pairat, Deputy Dean from Faculty of Economics, Chiang Mai University. I believe that everyone knows Chiang Mai as well, right? On a very beautiful scenery, but not just only beautiful scenery in Thailand, but they have one university, a leading university called Chiang Mai University that aim to the top of university that respond to society and maintain sustainable development as their vision. Ajahn Pairat or Dr. Pairat, he is also leading the implementation of SIA, Social Impact Assessment, and SRI throughout the university, not just only the Faculty of Economics. Thank you so much for being such a very courage leading on changing and also equipping the faculty, other faculty to develop more than, I believe that more than 30 SRI report that you have been did last year, right? Thank you so much. This is very crucial strategy toward CMU vision. So by now, I would like to hand this on Dr. Pairat to speak with Professor Mark and to share the lesson learned and also the pathway that how can we learn from Taiwan. We like to build more and more in Thailand. ขอบคุณมากๆค่ะอาจารย์ไพรัตน์แล้วก็ Professor Mark ค่ะ By the way, we got a lot of participants here from Facebook and also from Zoom. Thank you so much ค่ะ
Thank you very much ครับคุณโบสกุลทิพย์นะครับ who is actually one of the forefront in terms of pioneering the social value and social return on investment practice in Thailand. And thank you very much for your introduction. And actually, I would like to express a sincere thank to Professor Jarik Singhapisha, who was one of the person who drive this forward currently in the university as well. And at Chiang Mai University, we have implemented the SRI to improve our social program and innovation in university as well. So I believe today, first of all, I would like to welcome everyone to the Social Value Thailand talk episode 1. And for this episode, we're going to talk about the social value practitioners pathway And for this one, we're looking at the SV professional pathway. And today we are very fortunate to have Professor Markson, who is a professor of the business administration and also the director of Yunus Social Business Center from National Central University. And as Kunbo has introduced him, and I think some of us might wondering what is meant by the level 3 of the accredited practitioner. So the first question, actually, I would like to ask Professor Mark that what is the level 1, 2, and 3 of the accredited practitioners? Could you explain to us?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Social Value Thailand. We are a very good partner, and I think 2 years ago we also have Social Value Matter in Taiwan, and we appreciate the Social Value Thailand actually have a big group, visit Taiwan. So this year, I think, of course, we will support Social Value Thailand to. I think they are going to organize a very good conference in October. So it's also my honor, to be the first guest of this series. I have to say, the first question I think is very interesting because as an academician, writing paper, doing research, and teaching probably the most important things for us, right? So why should I? Because I already promoted to be a full professor. Why do I need such kind of certificate? So I think first of all, I would like to share why this is important, not only for practitioners, but also maybe for academic. So I want to share maybe some slides with our audience. First, let me share my slide. Can I share my slide? Is that okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay,
yes.
Sure. And let me see. So can you see my slides now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, good. So first of all, I think the reason why I want to become a accredited practitioner is because I need to teach in campus. Because when I teach in campus, I think because I teach SRI in campus before, but the problem is teaching is one thing, but doing is another thing. So I feel if I cannot go through the whole project, I think teaching is definitely not enough, because when you do a project, actually you face different kind of challenge, different kind of problem, and the different organization, different project, they have different scenario. So so after I taught SRI course in my university in 1 semester, I feel there's a big gap between teaching and the doing. So that motivates me. Probably I think if I want to teach our student to become a consultant, to become a practitioner, I think I should illustrate an example first, right? If I can do, I think my student can also do, right? So first of all, I would like to, actually, I'm not the first person to get SP level 3. Actually, I'm the first professor. I'm the first professor in Taiwan to receive the EP3 accredited practitioner. So I think doing is very important. So once I illustrate, it's not that difficult, and I go through the whole process. So I can motivate our student, to pursue these paths. So I think as you can see the slide, so I passed through, I get my level 1 practitioner last year in October. And in this year, in this April, I get the level 3. So as you can see, the certificate, we have level 1. Level 1 is called associate practitioner. And level 3 is called advanced. So level 1 is more like you have to take a written test. So you have 2 hours to answer, because we have 7 principles of SRI. So for each principle, the test will give you some question you have to answer in English. so far it's in English. So of course, Social Value International also think about the possibility to localize. So I also talked to Sakusi, probably we can have a Social Value International Asia. So we can think about how to localize, the AP1 test. So AP1 test, I think it's more like you need a foundation. You need to know the basic principle, right? You have 2 hours, to pass the certificate to answer all the questions. But frankly speaking, even I study in the States, I think 2 hours very rush. Probably I don't have enough time to prepare, Actually, I only used few hours to prepare, so that's the reason why. Okay, so it's better, because in Taiwan we have some kind of so-called preparation workshop. If anyone who are interested to pass level 1, so we have this kind of workshop to help them to prepare the exam. So and level 2 actually is for if you want to become a practitioner, but probably you don't want your report to be assured. You can pursue level 2. But for my situation, I want my report to be assured, so I pursue level 3. So I think, as you can see, I have I use this case. It's called Yang Shen Foundation. It's so-called self-healing program for older adults. So this is a project. I help them to get their report assured. But in the meantime, I also apply for accredited practitioner. So I think when I get the report assured and also pass my accredited practitioner, I think I have to say I motivate some of the students because they see my announcement, say, "Oh, professor, he is so busy. He still have time to pass the application. He still have time to get the report assured, and he writes lots of paper. For example, last year I published many research paper as well. I also lead lots of projects. So if I can do it, so the student have no excuse at all, to follow my path. So I think I want to illustrate an example. So in the meantime, I think let's see, we also, because I also have a center, in addition to Unit Center, I also have a center called Center for Media and Social Impact. So recently, actually, I also have, we also have a PhD researcher, Catherine Liu. Also, we organized a team, to help the foundation, especially the CSR foundation or project, some big project to help them to evaluate the SRI project. So Catherine Liu also, she also passed AP3 accredited practitioner. So I think I have to say, in Taiwan, among all university, NCU, you have 2 accredited practitioner. We are the only university that have accredited practitioner. So I think it's more like we want to become some kind of hub, provide training, provide training and provide syllabus, okay, and provide courses for students. So actually, when I pass the certification, also next thing I want to do is probably we want to have some kind of so-called credit program. Okay, so inside the credit program, we can provide some course, probably not only SRI, I think probably any kind of so-called, we are going to have a credit program called impact management and the measurement. So I think maybe we can work together. We can have an international credit program with Dr. Pyra. So we can have some kind of, I'm thinking about maybe this is also a possible way we can work together. So do I talk too much? Okay, so
I think that's eye-opening for us because as we know, as a professor, we have lots of workload to do on the daily basis already. And please allow me to briefly summarize in Thai for our audience.
Sure.
ครับ Professor Mark Chen นะครับก็เป็นอาจารย์นะครับที่มหาวิทยาลัยนะครับ Central National Central University ของไต้หวันนะครับแล้วก็ท่านเป็นอาจารย์ท่านแรกเลยนะครับที่ได้รับการรับรองนะครับเป็นผู้ประเมินในระดับที่3นะครับก็จะเห็นได้จากสไลด์นี้นะครับว่าในการรับรองเป็นผู้ประเมินหรือว่าเรียกสั้นๆว่า AP จากหน่วยงาน Social Value International นะครับที่มี3ขั้นด้วยกันนะครับในขั้นแรกนะครับท่านก็ได้เข้าไปผ่านรับรองแล้วตามประกาศนียบัตรด้านซ้ายมือนะครับตั้งแต่เดือนตุลาคมปีที่แล้วนะครับท่านก็เล่าให้ฟังว่าเป็นในส่วนของการสอบข้อเขียนภาษาอังกฤษนะครับซึ่งจะเป็นหลักการนะครับในการใช้เครื่องมือ SRI นะครับในการประเมินโครงการนะครับในส่วนของAP ระดับที่3นะครับทางด้านขวามือนะครับตรงนี้เนี่ยก็จะสำคัญนะครับในส่วนของการที่เราเองหากต้องการเป็นผู้ประเมินระดับ3เนี่ยก็จะต้องนำรายงาน SRI นะครับซึ่งท่านอาจารย์มาร์คเฉินเนี่ยก็ศาสตราจารย์มาร์คเฉินเนี่ยก็ได้เอารายงานของท่านนะครับที่ได้ประเมิน SRI ไปรับรองนะครับเรียกว่าผ่านการรับรองแล้วว่าการประเมิน SRI เนี่ยมีมาตรฐานก็ได้รับในส่วนของเลเวลที่3ไปนะครับก็เป็นมหาวิทยาลัยของท่านก็เป็นมหาวิทยาลัยที่มีอาจารย์ที่ได้รับการรับรองมาตรฐานตัวนี้2ท่านด้วยกันนะครับแล้วก็ท่านก็บอกว่าหวังว่าเราจะได้ร่วมกันนะครับในระดับนานาชาตินะครับซึ่งปลายปีนี้นะครับคุณโบได้พูดในช่วงแรกก็จะมีการประชุมนะครับนานาชาตินะครับ Social Value Matter ในเดือนตุลาคมนะครับ Okay, so let me move us further to this issue, Professor. So you mentioned about the AP level 3, which is the Assure report of the SRI implementation. So could you share with us about the implementation of the social return on investment in Taiwan? Anything that, any case that you would like to share with us, please?
Okay, I think I can share. This is just the 2 cases actually conducted by the Center of Media and the Social Impact for the past 2 years. The first one is called Young Sense Foundation, as I mentioned before. They have a so-called self-healing program, so help the elderly. You know, I think if the elderly become sick and they go to hospital, then we have to pay lots of the social capital, you know, in this kind of situation. So this foundation actually think about instead of taking care of them after they go to the hospital, why not, you know, prevent them go to the hospital at the beginning? So they have so-called self-healing program. So self-healing program have the so-called the beginning level, intermediate level, and at advanced level. So they encourage the elderly. Actually, they only need to pay about $3, so they can fully utilize, you know, the facility inside the foundation. And the foundation very special. All of the self-healing program provided by the foundation, actually, they have also many PhD, doctor, professor, you know, to prove the effectiveness of the class. So I think this is the first, actually I have to say this is the first project. Actually, I help go through the whole process, you know. Actually, I have some minor project, but this is, I have to say, I have to go through the whole process. And actually, there are some delay. I supposed to get their report assured maybe 1 year before, but I am too busy, so actually delay 1 year. So actually the foundation they are not happy about that. So I think if you are a professor, if you are too busy, I think you should not take too many projects. So for me, because now I have a team, so I can have 2 projects simultaneously. So this year actually I also have 1 project. The project on the right side, you can see this. This is a foundation called Taising Charity Foundation. Taising is a big financial holding bank in Taiwan. Okay, so they also have a charity foundation. So as you can, this is in their 10th anniversary. There's a platform called Power of Love platform. So why is Power of Love platform? So they have big funding, you know, supported by the bank. and they also have supported by some big foundation. So each year they donate about, I'd say maybe 20, I remember a 20 million NTD, to NGO NPOs. So they want to evaluate the social value, delivered by this platform, So their platform very special. So they have, so the NGO and NPO, they have to have a video and also write down their proposal, how they are going to change the society, and people vote. The project, with the top voted project or program, and they can get the funding. So the total funding is more than 20 million each year, So I think it's a big platform. Many small, especially small NGO, NPO, they can benefit from this kind of funding, especially during the COVID-19 situation. This kind of funding very important for the NGO, NPOs. So on their 10th anniversary, my center, I work with Catherine Liu and also my team. So that I want to share my experience for each project. Actually, I think I need at least, I use about 5 to 8 graduate students, because we need lots of interview. We need to engage stakeholders. So I think at least you need about, for me, that's my situation. I have a team with 5 to 8 graduate students help me to do the interview. So I will teach them how to conduct interviews. And for the questionnaire, for the interview details, actually I work with Catherine Lee. We are a team, so we design the detail about, it's more like we plan the detail, but execution, we need students. So students can also learn from, this kind of projects. So, so that's my advice. If you want to do a research project, I think single professor cannot do that. You need a team to do that. So, I think last year we helped the Taixing Charity Foundation to pass, to get their report assured. So their report is so-called forecasting report. And this year they asked us to continue, do the second round. They want to get their so-called evaluation report still also get assured. So why this is important? Because most of the SR report, I think in Thailand, there's something I don't like to see. They only use SR number as a PR, as to let people know how important they are. But I think the most important thing is you have to embed the SRI, the value map, the management inside the program. So it's Taixing Charity Foundation. If you want me to do this, you must implement the SRI framework into your value management. So this year, they totally adopt the whole framework into their platform. So that's the reason why we this year we will continue helping to get their report assured. But this time their report is not forecasting report, it's evaluation report. I think this is also probably the first time in Taiwan there's a foundation. They are very serious about, not just for PR. They really want to maximize their impact from SRI. Okay, so this is the two case I want to share with audience.
Okay, thanks a lot, Professor. So please allow me to summarize for a few minutes.
Sure.
ก็เมื่อสักครู่นะครับ Professor Mark ก็ได้เล่าให้เราฟังนะครับสองรีพอร์ตที่ท่านได้ทำการประเมินโดยใช้ SRI นะครับในการที่ submit เข้าไปในlevel 3นะครับในฝั่งซ้ายเนี่ยจะเป็นโครงการนะครับที่ทำให้กับมูลนิธิหยางเฉินนะครับซึ่งทำกับทางผู้สูงอายุที่ไต้หวันนะครับที่จะส่งเสริมให้เป็นโปรแกรมในการดูแลรักษาสุขภาพของตนเอง นะครับส่วนทางขวามือนะครับก็จะเป็นของมูลนิธิเช่นเดียวกันนะครับเป็นมูลนิธิไทยชินนะครับซึ่งดำเนินการมาแล้วกว่า10 ปีนะครับแล้วก็มูลนิธินี้ได้ทำแพลตฟอร์มนะครับชื่อว่า Power of Love ซึ่งเป็นแพลตฟอร์มในการสนับสนุนนะครับองค์กรที่ไม่แสวงหากำไรนะครับหรือว่า NPO หรือว่าองค์กรที่ไม่ใช่รัฐ NGO นั่นเองนะครับซึ่งก็ได้ดำเนินการร่วมกับทางมหาวิทยาลัยของอาจารย์ของอาจารย์มาร์คด้วยนะครับทีนี้เกรดอย่างหนึ่งนะครับซึ่งจริงๆอาจจะเหมาะกับกลุ่มที่เป็นคณาจารย์หรือว่ามหาวิทยาลัยนะครับก็คือว่าท่านบอกว่าภาระของคณาจารย์เองเนี่ยน่าจะมากจนเกินมากพอสมควรอยู่แล้วนะครับท่านก็มองว่าอย่างแรกเนี่ยในตัวของการใช้ SRI เข้ามาประเมินโครงการเนี่ยเราสามารถให้อาจารย์นะครับหรือว่า professor ต่างๆเนี่ยทำงานร่วมกับนักศึกษาได้นะครับโดยการร่วมบูรณาการกันก็คือว่าในการวางแผนที่จะออกแบบการประเมินเนี่ยอาจจะเป็นทางคณาจารย์นะครับอาจารย์ผู้เชี่ยวชาญที่ผ่านการอบรมแล้วเนี่ยวางแผนวางกรอบให้นะครับในส่วนของการเข้าไปเก็บข้อมูลอะไรต่างๆนะครับนักศึกษาก็สามารถเข้ามาช่วยได้นะครับก็จะทำให้นักศึกษาได้เรียนรู้ไปด้วยนะครับแล้วก็อาจารย์ใช้เวลาได้อย่างมีประสิทธิภาพนะครับอีกประเด็นหนึ่งที่สำคัญนะครับแล้วก็ตรงกับตัวงานของมูลนิธิไทยชินด้วยก็คือว่าที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยหลายๆหน่วยงานนะครับก็อาจจะใช้ข้อมูลในการประเมิน SRI นะครับเพื่อวัตถุประสงค์ในการประชาสัมพันธ์นะครับว่าโครงการมีความสำเร็จมากน้อยแค่ไหนซึ่งก็เป็นส่วนหนึ่งที่ตอบโจทย์ได้นะครับแต่ที่สำคัญมากไปกว่านั้นนะครับที่จะสามารถช่วยโครงการของเราได้หรือของหน่วยงานที่ต้องการประเมินได้ก็คือว่าจะสามารถระบุนะครับว่าประเด็นไหนที่ต้องการที่จะพัฒนาเพิ่มขึ้นได้นะครับโดยเฉพาะ impact pathway ในเครื่องมือ SLI ก็จะช่วยได้ค่อนข้างมากนะครับ Okay, Professor, I have a few questions from the floors which we can see in the chat here. The first one, how long do you need to get the AP level 3?
How long?
How long?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because level 3 practitioner, you need a report to be assured. So which means you need to conduct an SRI report and then write a report. So for my case, usually I take about 6 months to to finish a project. And then I need about 3 months to write a report. So which means probably 9 months, very reasonable.
From the beginning, right? Yeah.
From the beginning. Well, of course, you can fasten the whole process. But I would say I want to, because for forecasting, for forecasting report, you have to wait until the project finish, right? So you need to, you want to understand what kind of changes made by this project. So, and we also need to engage with the stakeholder. I think, so to finish a project, 6 months is quite general, right? 6 months quite general. So it depends on the scope, because usually the duration, the scope of my project usually 1 year or half year. So I think that's reason why you probably need to at least 6 months to finish this project and 3 months to write a report. So that's my experience. Yeah.
And report is in English, right?
Yeah, report English.
Definitely, yes. So there are two process mainly. One is implementing SRI and second one is writing the report.
Right.
Next question is, could you explain the difference between AP level 2 and level 3? And what is the reason why you choose to go to level 3?
Okay, so to me, it's because I think the key difference between level 2 and level 3 is level 2, you don't need to, for example, some of my students' SRI project, probably they are not very, I have to say, probably they don't satisfy all the principle of SRI. Because if you want to get your report assured, all of the principle have to be satisfied, right? So that you can get your report assured. But in some other situation, if you don't want to get your report assured, then you can, but you still follow maybe most of the principles. Then in that kind of situation, you can go to level 2. So which means your report don't need to be sure. Just satisfy most. Try your best. Still try to maybe at least 3, 4, most of the principles satisfied. Then you can pursue level 2. So what my advice is, if you don't have a very solid thing, maybe you just try your first time. You maybe only, or maybe you only have 1 or 2 persons. Not like me, because I have a research team.
Project.
So in that kind of situation, you can go to level 2 first. And when you can have level 2 accredited practitioner, then probably you people know you have the capability to do so. Maybe you only have 1 or 2 persons, right? So then you can, not like me, because I have a research team. Project. Then you can probably recruit people to help you to do more complicated project. So that's what my suggestion.
โอเค thanks a lot ครับก็ level 2 level 3นะครับหากรายงานพร้อมนะครับแล้วก็ตอบโจทย์ principle ของ SRI ทุกอย่างก็ลุย level 3 ไปได้เลยนะครับแต่ว่าหากไม่พร้อมก็อาจจะลองลงมาได้นะครับ we have one more question what is the most challenge during the accreditation process from your experience?
Okay. I think for question number 2, of course, both of them need to submit an SR report. Not only level 2, but also level 3. But level 2, you don't need to satisfy all the principles. Okay. So I think I already explained why I pursue level 3. I think for teaching, and also help me to get some project, because if you want to, for example, many big companies in Taiwan, they are buying SRI. But if you want to persuade them, I have the capability to do SRI. Of course, you have to show your credit, right? You have to show you have the capability, right? So let's turn to the last question. So last question is about what? Last question is about, the most challenging, the most difficult thing. I think writing is not difficult to me. I think writing probably, I have to say, conducting the project still the most challenging things. Okay, especially during the engagement, stakeholder engagement process. I think I spent so much time with so many stakeholders. I think this is also the key difference between SRI and other impact management approach, because other impact management approach, usually the performance index designed by us, designed by project manager, not from stakeholder, not from beneficiary. But SRI actually, all the outcome should be mentioned by the stakeholder. So I spent so much time with stakeholder. I think this is probably the most challenging thing for me. So in Taiwan, I have to share one thing. In Taiwan, so far we have, as I remember, we have 9 AP1 accredited practitioner and 15 AP3 accredited practitioner. Okay. Yeah, so we have 15 AP3 accredited practitioner in Taiwan. And so far we have around, I remember we have around 30 report assured. Okay, 30 report assured. So I think Taiwan can do that. Thailand, of course, can do that, right? So of course, I also willing to, if the audience have any question, and if you are very interested, to be part of to participate the movement, I think I'm willing to help.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Professor. We would like to have as well. So we might need your help. We have 2 more questions. The number 4, could you share with us in Taiwan, if we compare between the number of the AP in the academia and also the corporate sectors, do you have the number to share with us? Which sector has more in common?
Okay. Maybe I can share a screen with you as well. Let me share a screen. This one. I have some number for the audience. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so so far I think we have 28 report assured, and this is the number of the final SR score.
Okay.
Okay, of course, I think we keep mentioning number is not important, right? But this is just a summary. The one highlight in red is the report actually conducted by us, by our team. Okay, the Yangsen Foundation, the SR is 1143, and the Power of Love platform, the SR is 5.33. Okay, so so far we have 28 reports short, and this is a number. We have AP1 9% for 15, AP3, and the question you ask, how many from academic, how many from corporate? So I have to say, only 2 from academic, the other actually from corporate. Okay, so usually I think Chairman Wu, the director of the Social Very Taiwan, actually he used a very smart approach. He just persuade the big consulting firm, to make them, to convince them doing SRI is very valuable to the big corporation, because big corporation, they are asked to write CSR report, but CSR report usually not very systematically, and not usually don't have a very good format, right? But we have methodology. We can show the evidence. We have evidence to show what kind of impact made by us. Okay, so that's really why big corporate, they buy, because they are competing with each other, because they write CSR report, right? So my CSR report not need to be better than yours. So they think get a report assured by third party is very important, and that they have the methodology. Okay, so that's a key difference. So the academia, I have to say, they usually don't have the motivation to do so. For me, is I think I start to persuade some professors, because if they can get they can become a credit practitioner. Actually, they have more opportunity to get some project from big corporation. Okay, but probably I have to say not very helpful. You want to be promoted as a professor. Okay.
Yes, thanks a lot, Professor. Let me summarize in entire bit. ครับก็คำตอบ2ข้อเลยนะครับที่ทาง Professor Mark ได้ตอบมานะครับข้อแรกนะครับเป็นคำถามว่าอะไรนะครับที่เป็นความท้าทายนะครับในการทำตัว AP นะครับหรือว่า Accredited Professional ของ SRI นะครับท่านก็ตอบว่าแน่นอนนะครับเป็นเรื่องของการทำการประเมินด้วย SRI นะครับซึ่งมีเกรดอย่างหนึ่งที่น่าสนใจนะครับก็คือว่าในตัวการบริหารจัดการ Impact นะครับ Impact Management เนี่ยหากเราใช้ tools อื่นที่ไม่ใช่ SRI นะครับปกติแล้วตัว indicator ในการวัด Impact นะครับก็จะถูกกำหนดโดย Project Owner นะครับเป็นหลักหรือว่า Funder นะครับผู้ให้ทุนเป็นหลักว่าต้องการเห็นตัวชี้วัดอะไรนะครับแต่หลักสำคัญเลยนะครับอย่างหนึ่งของ SRI ก็คือว่าเป้าหมายประโยชน์ที่เกิดขึ้นคุณค่าที่สร้างขึ้นเนี่ยจะต้องถูกกำหนดจาก Stakeholder นะครับทำให้การทำ SRI เนี่ยจำเป็นอย่างยิ่งนะครับที่จะต้อง engage กับ Stakeholder ค่อนข้างมากซึ่งก็ใช้เวลานะครับและท่านก็บอกว่าถ้ามีทีมที่พอจะช่วยตรงนี้ได้ด้วยนะครับอีกด้านหนึ่งนะครับก็เป็นคำถามที่สอบถามในเรื่องตัวเลขนะครับว่าผู้ที่ผ่านการเป็น Accredited Professional ในระดับเป็น AP Level 1 แล้วก็ Level 3 ในไต้หวันนะครับแยกตัวเลขระหว่างสายวิชาการนะครับแล้วก็สายคนทำงานเนี่ยเป็นยังไงบ้างนะท่านก็แชร์ดูนะครับว่าLevel 1เนี่ยมีอยู่9ท่านนะครับแล้วก็ Level 3 มี15ท่านนะครับซึ่งตอบง่ายเลยนะครับว่าในวิชาการเนี่ยมีเพียง2ท่านเท่านั้นนะครับที่เป็น AP ใน Level 3 แสดงว่าส่วนใหญ่เนี่ยอยู่ในภาคเอกชนนะครับซึ่งท่านก็แชร์ฟังว่านะครับท่านประธาน Social Value ไต้หวันเนี่ยก็ได้ใช้กลยุทธ์นะครับในการไปพูดคุยกับบริษัทที่ปรึกษา รายใหญ่แห่งหนึ่งนะครับให้ได้ใช้ตัว tools SRI นะครับในการประเมินแล้วก็ให้คำปรึกษางานต่างๆนะครับก็เลยทำให้นะครับมีตัวเลขจากภาคเอกชนนะครับค่อนข้างมากนะครับนี่ก็เป็นคำตอบของ professor นะครับตอนนี้คำถามเรายังมีอยู่ไหมครับ Do we have more questions please
Yes, we have from Facebook ค่ะอาจารย์ from คุณอลีเคลซี่นะคะน่าจะเป็นคนไทยเนาะพิมพ์ภาษาไทยมาว่า okay so okay I read I'll speak English what the period of accreditations what the period of a time frame of the accreditation do you need to renew the accreditation how often do you renew that
I think the validity period, how long the level
usually 2 years. Yeah, status lasts for 2 years.
And to renew it, do you need to submit the new report or do the exam?
No, I don't think you need to. Actually, I don't quite remember. I have to check.
so คำตอบก็คือถ้าท่านสังเกตใบประกาศนียบัตรที่ professor แชร์เรานะครับก็ทั้ง level 1 และ level 3 ก็จะมีอายุประมาณ2 ปีนะครับตั้งแต่ที่เราผ่านนะครับโดยก็จะน่าจะมีเกณฑ์นะครับในการต่ออายุนะครับซึ่งยังไงเดี๋ยวทาง Social Value Thailand จะแชร์ให้ใน Facebook ต่อเนื่องไปอีกทีนะครับโอเคครับคุณโบครับเราเหลืออีก2 วินาที
ได้เลยค่ะโอเคค่ะ
I think Becca is here, or maybe Becca can answer this question.
โอเคครับก็
Okay, I would like to mention to Becca. Yes, thank you so much. Help us, Becca, please.
Hi.
Thank you. You help us. Becca is a network manager of Social Value International. Please carry this as a clarification. Thank you.
Hi everybody, lovely to meet you and great to see you all. It's really interesting to hear everything that Mark was saying. But yes, to renew your level 2 status and also your level 1 status, all you need to do, it lasts for 2 years, and then you just need to you don't need to do another SRI report or anything like that. You just need to submit evidence of ongoing CPD and professional development, so evidence that you're still using your qualification. And Social Value International can provide support for the accredited practitioner community through online discussions, workshops, speaking opportunities, and which all are part of the CPD. So that's how you can renew your status after 2 years. That helps.
Thanks a lot, Becca. ครับก็สั้นๆนะครับว่าไม่ต้องส่งรายงานเพิ่มนะครับแต่ว่าส่งหลักฐานนะครับเรียกว่า CPD ก็คือเป็นหลักฐานนะครับว่าท่านนะครับได้ใช้หลักการ SRI ในการทำงานนะครับหรือว่าเข้าร่วมอบรมหรือว่าไปเป็นวิทยากรต่างๆนะครับก็สามารถส่งต่อไปได้เพื่อยืนยันนะครับว่าท่านยังใช้แนวคิดนี้ในการทำงานอยู่นะครับโอเคครับเราน่าจะครบกำหนดเวลาแล้วนะครับก็so for today on behalf of Social Value Thailand, so we would like to thank Professor Mark Chen for helping us clarify and share your experience on being the AP Level 3 and also your SRI practice. I believe that today we have limited time but very precious time to learn directly from your experience. So I would like to thank you very much and looking forward to welcome you to the conference in October.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it's my honor, to be here.
Thank you very much. I believe Kumbo would like to say something on the screen now.
Yeah, just only thank you so much, both of you, to help us growing the communities, Taiwan, and also Asia. And looking forward to everyone in Zoom, and also in Facebook to join us. Social Value Matter. เรามีอะไรแจกบนจอใช่ด้วยใช่ไหมครับ ใช่ค่ะ ค่ะงั้นโบพูดได้เลยเนาะอันนี้
ครับได้เลยครับ
โค้ดนะคะสำหรับส่วนลด 30% นะคะสำหรับคนที่จะเข้าร่วมงานSocial Value Matter นะคะในตุลาคมนี้นะคะแค่พิมพ์ตรงนี้นะคะและแฮชแท็กมาที่ Facebook Twitter นะคะช่องทางละ2รางวัลนะคะทุกท่านสามารถที่จะได้ส่วนลดตรงนี้ได้เลยค่ะพิมพ์มาไว้ก่อนแล้วค่อยซื้อทีหลังก็ได้ค่ะขอบพระคุณค่ะท่านอาจารย์ขอบพระคุณ Professor Mark นะคะ
ขอบคุณทุกท่านสวัสดีทุกท่านครับ
สุดท้ายกันใหม่หน่อยนะคะโอเคทุกท่านค่ะโอเคค่ะวีนะคะอาจารย์ Social Value โอเคอาจารย์สุวัสดิ์ขอบคุณค่ะ for joining us as well he's a very great partner for us thank you so much everyone Becca if you could Social Value thank you thank you so much looking forward to see you thank you
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
ทุกคนครับบ๊ายบาย Professor thank you
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye
Becca.
bye. Bye bye.